What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time to talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, episode 15. So this episode of JoJo, I guess starting off with the technical aspects of this episode, in terms of art and animation, it looks pretty damn solid. It was nothing mind-blowing in terms of animation, but I thought the art was very solid. There was a lot of good facial expressions, really good facial detail. Overall, it looked really nice. Good shading, all that good stuff. It looked really nice. So, in terms of art, definitely a plus. In terms of animation, it was also pretty solid. Not as bad as some of the previous JoJo episodes we've had. Not that they were, like, absolutely garbage or anything, but there were some moments that were like, yeah, especially in, like, the first Chili Pepper episode. But, anyways, I digress. Art and animation, 2 pluses for those. In terms of pacing, it was a nice, fast-paced episode. It knew when to slow down a bit. It knew when to go a little bit quicker. I love the comedic timing, even if it wasn't meant to be funny. I love the comedic timing of Koichi trying to open the door and be like, yo, Josuke, help me. And he's like, oh, hey, guys, what's going on? And he closes the door, and then he's, like, turned into paper again, and he's freaking out. That happening a couple times in a row I thought was well-timed comedically, even if it wasn't meant to be. And overall, the episode just had a really solid pace to it. And then in terms of story progression, Josuke, we get the backstory of how he got his hair. I like how they tie it in with the 50 days that Jotaro and his fucking squad were going to Egypt to fight Dio, and he was sick the whole time because he was a member of the Joestar family, but Crazy Diamond was giving him some trouble when he was sick, so yeah, that was good, that was cool. The backstory and everything was interesting because you set up this character where it's like this mysterious guy. We don't get to hear what his voice sounds like. He looks like Josuke, but it might be just because of the hair, and then he just disappears. Like, they tried to find him later, but he was just gone, and it's like Araki's setting something up, but will Araki follow up on it? Probably not, because he's Araki, but anyways, so they set that thing up, and they give you the backstory, so that's good. That's good story progression and a little bit of characterization for Josuke. And then we get the fact that everything wraps up. Like, they beat Rohan, or he beats Rohan, to a bloody pulp, manga on hiatus for a month. That was very funny. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. He beats him, they finish him off, so that's the end of that stand user. So really solid story progression in this one, because we actually finished the fight with the stand user. We get some backstory on Josuke, so huge pluses for the story progression. Slightly smaller, but still pluses for the animation and art, and the pacing was good. So overall, from an objective standpoint, we have a really, really solid episode. In terms of the stuff that I liked in this episode, the Dororas were fantastic, especially when he's like, here, check out my manuscript, and then Josuke just so blinded, he just smashes the paper right into his face. That was satisfying as fuck. Not that Rohan's that big of a douchebag. Like, he gets beat pretty badly. Like, Josuke beats the shit out of him, he beats the shit out of his fucking room, and then he finds him again, and he off-screen beats the shit out of him even more. And I don't know if he deserved it. I mean, you got people like Steely Dan from Part 3. His levels of douchebaggery required that he be Ora Ora'd for like days, and that did happen, and it was awesome. My number one Ora Ora, I have a top 10 Ora Ora video if you guys didn't know, go check that out on my channel. But plugging aside, I don't know if Rohan deserved the beatdown he got, but it was still kind of funny. It was done in a very lighthearted, comedic way. And Rohan is going to become a major character at this point. For those of you guys who don't know, it's kind of a spoiler, but I mean, the opening shows him a few times. I mean, why would you show a stand user that already got beat if he's not going to come back? And, oh, speaking of the new opening, oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, the new opening, no. No to that new opening. It's like every JoJo opening, and I'm going to give this one a tiny chance, but when it comes to every JoJo opening, I hear them, and I'm like, that was alright, and then after a few listens, I'm like, this is actually a really fucking badass song. That happened with the first JoJo opening, happened with the second one. That one took a little bit longer, but still I like it. Third one, the same thing happened, and the fourth one, the same thing happened. Then you have the first opening of Diamond is Unbreakable, the fifth opening, and I'm like, this is good, I like it, it's kind of generic, but it's pretty solid. And then you get the redone version, the, was ERM, or whatever the fuck it's called. That version of it that they revamped. That one I thought was better, and I really liked. And now we have this opening, and the vocals are just basically garbage. The vocals are not good. It's really generic for a JoJo opening. The visuals are nice, I suppose. They're better animated than the previous opening, but yeah, I don't know. And it's weird too, because the previous opening showed like a ton of stand users. Like it showed like every stand user in silhouette, so I figured that was just going to be the opening for the season, but I don't know. Also, it's kind of weird that they switched openings. Is that weird to anyone else that they switched openings at episode 15? Like, is that like the halfway point? Like, I don't think we're going to have 30 episodes. There's no way you're fitting part 4 into 30 episodes, so kind of weird that they chose to switch to a second opening at this point, because that makes it feel like it's going to be uneven, like this opening is going to last longer than the previous one lasted. Unless, of course, they're planning to do like a third opening, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. The opening just didn't do it for me. Really bland color schemes, too. Like, I hate to just shit on the opening because it's just an opening. Who really cares that much? But very gray. Like, after watching it, a lot of grays and dark blues and, like, black and white just stick out in my mind rather than, you know, Jojo, which is very colorful and vibrant. So, yeah, I wasn't feeling the opening too much, though the visuals were cool despite the color palette. The song didn't do it for me, but that's the opening. Aside from all that, the episode was actually really solid. I'm going to give it an 8 to 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was a great episode of JoJo, really because of the story progression we got on Josuke with the backstory, and it had some nice comedy in there, and overall it was just a really fun, enjoyable episode that really encompasses everything that is JoJo. So I do have one complaint that's kind of stupid. The whole, you cannot attack Rohan thing. Now, if he had put in, like, you cannot directly or indirectly bring harm to Rohan. If he had put that on Koichi, okay, fine. However, putting you cannot attack him, that seems weird to me. Like, why can't he go get help from Josuke? Like, why can't he talk to Josuke about it? Like, it doesn't really make any sense to me how, no, you can't attack him, but that doesn't... Going to tell Josuke to attack him is not attacking him. Going to tell Josuke I need help is not attacking him, so... Because Araki wills it, I guess, you know, that's just how it works. Why is Red Hot Chili Pepper able to be torn in half multiple directions and shit, and fucking Akira's fine? Because Araki wills it. You know, it's just one of those things, but, no, it was still a good episode overall, though. JoJo is one of those few series that just has enough charm and likability to where you could look past those obvious problems. But yeah, it was a fun episode. I enjoyed it. 8 to 8.5 out of 10, unless one of you guys want to explain to me how it works, but I think if it really is just so vague that you can't even get someone else to attack him, like, it just seems weird to me. But if you can explain in the comment section below, I'll be happy to listen. Look forward to the Young Justice reviews. Kinda planning, actually no, I'm not gonna make any promises on that yet. Now it's gonna be like, what the fuck was he about to say, but forget about it. I'll fucking mention it in a future video. And I'm not ready to make any promises on that video yet, but anyways, what did you guys think of this episode of JoJo? You can tell me in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both of those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already or if you like what you've seen here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.